Hello, I thought today I was going to there's Aura Transformation Presentation, which is created actually not by me, it's created by the um, organization in Aura Transformation. So Annie Senoff and her husband, Karsten. I'm going to use this presentation because I actually really like it. It's really concise of what Aura Transformation does. So I'm going to put the PowerPoint on and read through it because I have had people asking me about what is Aura Transformation. And there is a book to read before you undergo this treatment or this process, which is a process to upgrade your energy system or aura from the old time structure. So soul-based aura, which has like a connection to our karmic ties and different bodies, to a crystal aura, which is the frequency, the energetic frequency of the earth today and of children of today. There's a book to read before undergoing this process, which is called Balance on All Levels with the Indigo and Crystal Energies. So Balance on All Levels with the Indigo and Crystal Energies by Annie Senoff. I will write the information later. And what else? There is also a prerequisite before. So the book is a prerequisite, and also to be clear of drugs or medication, like antidepressant medication and things like that. Drugs meaning anything that it's either marijuana or even like ayahuascas and these sort of things, to at least be clear for, it depends, but 6 months, a year, it depends on what it is. So there's always like a pre-process before the treatment of speaking with a person to make sure they're okay to go through with the process. So hold on, I'm gonna bring up the presentation. So I will do the share screen. Let me see if that is gonna work. There we go. Let me see. Okay, perfect. Is there any way to make this? Let me see. Okay, view. Full screen. Let's see. Let's start from where's the beginning? Oh, there. Okay, so this is okay, balance on all levels and aura transformation and the new time energies. So once you go through the process of aura transformation and upgrading your aura, you are working within these new time energies, and these new time energies are the indigo energies, which started coming into earth. It's just like a more upgraded frequency, a higher vibrational frequency or energy, and they start coming to earth around the end of the 80s, and then in the 2000s the crystal energy, but we'll see it here. So this is Annie Senoff, who actually received this information, this system or treatment of how to upgrade our aura, and this understanding of all these energies, and basically the understanding of I would say like our evolution on earth, what we're doing here, our purpose here, and this evolution, and how to integrate our spirit into our body, into matter. And it is really amazing. She received this at the end of the 80s, and it's an incredible system treatment. It is something that actually sustains in time. It just because once you have this aura upgraded, you're able to crystallize to receive spirit within your body, and it'll stay inside. It'll crystallize your body, which means that it is activating your spirit here on earth. which then means that you can live from your life purpose or dharma. You release all your karmic ties, and there's a whole process where you're like, all the things you're ready to let go will just leave. So what is aura transformation? It is a one-time energy treatment which increases the frequency in both our body and energy systems to match the energy systems of today's young children. During aura transformation, our old aura is dissolved, and the resulting upgrade leaves us with a new aura that is perfectly suited to the new energies of today's world. So our aura before is what I was saying, our energetic system. So we have our physical body. This is dense matter, but we have around our body an energy system. Our body, like our being, we do not end only in the physical, visible. There is an invisible part of us, which is this aura or energetic field, and that's what we irradiate out into everything else. So through an aura transformation, you will have protection of your physical body, be in direct contact with your consciousness on a daily basis. Basically, your consciousness is in your body, so you no longer have to be going out to sort of speak to your higher self or to your spirit or consciousness, because it comes from within and it moves your body basically. So have a quick and smooth integration of the higher energy frequencies on Earth in your body and consciousness, meaning you will have a faster expansion. So how I see this is what many people are going through, the ascension system symptoms that many people speak about, and sort of once you have this upgraded aura, sort of disappear. They don't really have an effect anymore. It's the opposite. Many people with ascension systems have have like really fuzzy brains, or can't think, forget things, or have like a lot of tiredness, and all of that disappears, because the whole our whole energy system is like so upgraded that it doesn't have to have all those things. It's like on level with ascension. And then be able to keep your energy to yourself. This aura, it's your energy and spirit stays within your body, within your energetic field, and nothing is able to. That's why it says at the first point, have protection of your physical body and everything around, because nothing with this aura, nothing can come in. Usually with our old aura structure, we are open to all the collective, so like thoughts from everyone, because thoughts are energy, and energy is from everything, and everything can come in, and then that takes us out of balance. We can't know. There's so much that we can't really know or feel who we really are. And once you have this new aura, you're like just in contact with your own real essence, your own energy. And then have a stronger intuition and drive. That is a byproduct of having spirit within yourself, and not having any other external energies coming in and attaching to you, because you're just in contact with, totally in balance and aligned, and in contact with what you want, and able to take that further. So for many people who are after aura transformation, meditation, if they like to meditate, they can keep meditating, but meditation is not needed to be able to be in contact with what they really want in their heart. Many times we meditate to try to still the mind will be still. It's like all of a sudden, when spirit is integrated in the body, you're in a meditation, in a like continuous meditation. It's all the time, because you're within. So you're very clear of what it is that you want, of how to move forward, all like because spirit is in the body, you're radiating out what your energy field is showing what it is that you're here to do in terms of your life purpose or dharma. So like you're attracting as well all those things that will help you move on. So then be in contact with your truth and your passion, your dharma. So you will know, that will wake up. and the energy is gonna, like, or just exist in the day-to-day is just going to show you what you were. You're going to understand this is an internal process. You're just going to know from inside what you came here to do, and that is the biggest joy. Because for most of us, we for most of us, we're just like trying to understand why we're here and what we came down here to do. And all of a sudden, it's like from within, and you can follow your purpose, and that's the biggest joy. And then find yourself more whole and together with more energy, charisma, and joy. That is all byproduct. Many people will be watching this, and you're empaths, and that what is many named as empath, or which is like sensitive and sensitive to the energies, or really like, so everything external, it's sort of like it can overtake you, and you're not able to, like, and we've been like very, very sensitive souls and sensitive beings. So like, and straight away from when we were young, we were like, shut down in a way. So you can't be that true essence. So all of a sudden, it's like spirit back into the body, and it's okay to be like that pure essence that you were here. And then all of a sudden, you're able to radiate it out. It's like a massive, massive upgrade of like self-love, and in that self-love, there is a search for truth. Complete truth, your own truth. You understand that everyone else has their own perspective, their own truth, and everyone's truth is fine, but you stay connected with yours, and don't allow for others, other thoughts, other truths, to take you off your own path, basically. Okay. So aura transformation at this time. So the earth frequency has significantly increased within a very short amount of time. The children of today are born with new time energy system that has much higher frequency than that of their parents and other adults around them. Today's adults were born with the old time energy system that is no longer optimal for the time we live in now. Moving into the new time is the next step in Earth's expansion and development into a higher frequency. This is also true for us humans, both in our bodies and in our energy fields. Many people feel out of balance today because old time energy system and personal frequency is no longer in alignment with the energy of their surroundings. So basically what this means is like we've gone Earth, and all these children that started coming to Earth at the beginning of the 90s, sort of like first it was like indigo children, and then crystal, their frequency is up here and we're down here. So you get completely frazzled by all this energy that's like vibrates so much higher, so much quicker, and we're like, and that this makes us like we can't, like, basically it's like makes us so tired. It makes us think unclear. There's many symptoms, which I'm sure will be outlined after. But so what we have to do is, in order to be like optimal for the time now, optimal for our children, and bring in the, be able allow for our children to be connected to what they came here to do, and allow for this evolutionary process to work in the most optimal and holistic way. We can choose to upgrade ourselves, our energy system, or aura, to level with them. It means that you're going to be much better. You'll be whole within yourself, and it means that you're going to allow for your children to be whole as well. So let's see. Yeah, here. Okay, so these are what the new time energies is. So soul energy, people with more and more indigo energy mixed in their aura. So in 1987, that's when like Annie started seeing that there was the people with with the soul aura, which is the aura, for example, that I was born with, and most people before like the 90s, not everyone before the 90s with the soul aura, which they had the 7 chakras, but they started having indigo energy. They didn't have an indigo aura, but they had indigo energy, sparks of indigo energy in their system. And in 95, the indigo people started, so like indigo children started being born. And it means that their aura, so their energy system, was indigo color. In 2004, there was indigo people, so people with an indigo aura, so, or these children, because it was the new wave, you know, the children are coming in. So this indigo aura with crystal energy in their aura system and in their body. And in 2009, the crystal children with crystal aura started being born. And in 2012, it was still crystal children, but they had evolved to having a crystal aura with golden energy in the body, and the crystal in the body as well. So this is an example of the old time aura. As you can see, it's linked and has all these colors. I don't know, yeah, you can, I'm pretty sure you can see where I'm putting my mouse. So it has all these colors which are linked to our chakra system. So there's all the chakras, and each chakra or energy center is linked to different bodies. So basically in our, you know, there's our mental body, which is connected to the collective, unconscious, and then our higher mental body, which is connected to what connects us to our higher self. And then we have like, you know, our astral body, which connects us. In our astral body, there's all our karmic ties. So then what happens is once the indigo aura comes in, as you will see, you no longer, you no longer have all those colors around. And the aura system is not made out of colors. It's just made of indigo, of this indigo sort of color. And there is, you can't see it here, but really there is still 3 chakras. So there's the 3 upper chakras. So there's like the heart, the third eye, and the crown chakra, which are activated within the indigo aura, or indigo people, or people with indigo auras. And so they are still not completely integrated in spirit. They have this indigo aura, which is a lot more, a lot stronger than the old time aura. Yeah, and this means they, for example, have, well, there's many characteristics to indigo children, which we'll see later, or people with an indigo aura. And then there's the crystal aura, which this is how it looks like, where it's all this pinkish crystalline color, and you know, it merges. So as you see in the indigo aura, there's the aura and then the body, so it's still separate. And then with the crystal aura, there's no separation, because spirit is within the body. So like the crystals are, so spirit is the body. And then with the crystal golden aura, there is golden energy in the body, and the golden energy is our energy of manifestation, which comes from earth. Yeah. But the aura in itself, so the golden energy is in the body, and the aura in itself is crystal. So here's the indigo energy. It's these are some characteristics, and it's healers, so want to help everyone, honest, will tell you what they're thinking without filters, truth seeking, are always in search of the truth, self-taught, are not so interested in educational institutions, so provocative, do not show a lot of respect either to authority figures, rebellious, don't like the established system, challenging, create imbalances in the surroundings, oversensitive, can easily become unbalanced, and need a healthy diet. So basically with indigo children, or now they're, you know, they're adults more, but with like people with an indigo aura, basically their mission here was, or what they, in the time that they came, was to create sort of like unbalanced to rupture and break the system as we know it. So they're like, they'll fight for things, you know, and this is, no, this can't be like this, and all of that. So it was like a big change from being like we were in a very submissive sort of system, and it started breaking into challenging all those systems and submissiveness that we've had for a long time. And then the crystal energy is pure. So crystal children have very pure, high frequency energy. They're balanced. So it's easier for them to stay in balance than the indigo people and children. They have very clear boundaries, sure of what they want and do not want, and have a hard time compromising. Truth seeking. They're very honest by nature and are always seeking honesty from others when socializing. Holistic, think in a holistic manner, and ailments prone to eczema, allergies, fever, and earaches. So the old time meets the new time. So when adults with a soul energy from, I want to go back 1 second. So the crystal aura people, basically, it'll be their consciousness, their thinking is very different. So like if there's something going on, they don't like that, and they'll go and create, instead of fighting against it, they go and create something new, what they want, you know, so the new world. So this energy is key for now when we're creating this new earth that's coming, you know. We've seen everything we don't want. Let's go here and start creating what we really do want. And those of you that have children, you know, that were born that from what was it, 2009 on, you might be able to see all these characteristics in them, especially this part of like, you know, going to like, oh, it's not this and it's that, but also the willpower, you know, that really wanting to be able to do that which they want to do, because it's not what they came here. They don't want to forget what they came here to do. So the old time meets the new time. When adults with soul energy, so the old aura, meet today's children with spirit energy, or this new time energy, either indigo or crystal, communication can be, so there's these two levels of frequency. Communication can become complicated due to the huge gap in frequency levels between these adults and these children, or it could be adult to adult, because, you know, indigo children are now older. Be conscious of how to raise these children. Yeah, you have to become very aware of your manners, of because for them, especially with crystal children, where they'll end up with, well, all the chakras end up merging. They have a heart chakra, so they're so like truth seeking, you know, and they know what they want. So if you have an old a soul-based aura, so the old type of aura, and all the different chakras, you think one thing and do another and speak another, and for them that's really complicated, you know. They don't understand, because to them, they're going to say what they're feeling, they're going to say what is from their heart, they're going to say their truth, they're going to act their truth. It's like very clear. There's no in the middles and this sort of like attachment, pulling, all these games that have been forever for us. When we have the old aura structure, for them that does not exist. So you have to become really aware of like how you're raising them. Then must focus on respect, direct communication, and truth. Children will break free very early because they're less attached. I think in the book of Balance on All Levels, Annie writes that around 3 years old, they're like pretty much independent. Crystal golden children and stuff. So and I can see it in my own daughter, basically. So the complicated ways of doing things in the old time energy is hard for new time children to understand, basically, because they're extremely, what I was talking about, like doing one thing, thinking another, and all of that, which makes us extremely slow and, you know, going back and forth. And is this right? Is this not? Is this no? For them, things are like, once you have the crystal energy in you, things are very clear and you're extremely effective. It's sort of like a computer system, where it's like old computer systems that were super slow, and now new ones, you upgrade your computer and all of a sudden everything's really quick and easy, and it's the same thing. Work basically like computers or telephones. So then these children will greatly benefit from being around many adults who have the same new time energy frequency as themselves, because that means that they won't have to come down in frequency to match you. And if you're staying at that frequency high, you're vibrating high. So you're staying in joy and you're staying connected to your truth always. Okay, the new time energies. So this is like, it varies from old time structure. So how everyone before the 90s had their, everyone that was born before the 90s, unless they've had an aura transformation, and the new time, which is this indigo and crystal aura. So old time, you have a soul aura. In the new time, you have the indigo crystal aura. You have, in the old time, 7 chakras. And in the new time, you have 3 chakras if you have an indigo aura, or you have 1 main chakra, which is the heart, when you have the crystal aura. In the old time, there's many truths. In the new time, there's 1 truth. In the old time, there's the collective consciousness. So you're connected to collective consciousness, and it's complete. It's like taking over your thought process, over your being, over everything. And in the new time, there's an individual consciousness. So it doesn't mean you don't work together with other ones. It's very collaborative, but you stay within your own consciousness, within your own truth. And then in the old time, there's the subconscious. In the new time, it's consciousness. You are, once you have like an aura transformation, and your aura has been upgraded, you are so conscious of your thoughts. And even there is no, like, everything that is in the subconscious that is like comes up straight away to be cleared out. There's like, it brings it up to you. So like it doesn't stay in there's no subconscious anymore. It really is like that. It just comes out and you have to deal with it. And if you don't deal with it, it's going to keep up coming up, and things are going to get a bit crazy. So in the old time, there's gurus or masters. Basically, there's always somebody that you're sort of like looking out to for answers. So people will go to, all these like, people to tell them things. Whereas in the new time, you are your own guru and your own master. What happened to me was, for example, after aura transformation, I stopped being on people's mailing list, not as anything bad, but because I realized, oh my God, all the answers are within me. I don't need to go out and ask anyone. Doesn't mean that you can't collaborate with people and work with people to try and evolve. But it's not that you're not asking anyone for answers. You're going to find the answers yourself. You can have somebody assisting. And then old time, there's the hierarchy. And in the new time, there's many dimensions. And in the old time, there's karma. So all those like karmic ties that we came through. And in the new time, it's your dharma. So your life purpose, what you really came here to do. But because we all come from source. So bringing down like those pieces of source that you are, why you belong here on earth, and your dharma is the gifts that you bring here, and carry out that life purpose, those tasks, those works, and your free will. So what are some of the benefits of having an aura transformation? Your energy system gets an upgrade and will be perfectly suited for the new time energies. Here are examples of some of the many benefits. So you get a stronger intuition and drive. You are in contact with all of your consciousness. Your body's protected. You can keep your personal energy to yourself. Your magnetism and attraction power is intensified. You function from a place of instant karma and free will. So what instant karma is, if something is like not aligned to your frequency, you'll see it straight away. But there's no karmic like ties or anything like that. So what happens post an aura transformation? So once you get aura transformation, which is this, it consists of two sessions. There's one session where you get you release the old aura structure and you get the new one, and then there's another session which you balance, in which we balance like all the elements within the body, and so then after this, there's a period which is called the crystallization process, and starts immediately after the treatment ends. So there's integration of consciousness. So crystallizing in the body, when what we call crystallization is just allowing for consciousness or spirit, your higher self, to integrate in the body. It's our integration. So crystallizing in the body happens when our consciousness is being integrated into our body so that we end up with the same frequency in both aura and body. This is a natural part of human evolution, and it happens for everyone regardless of age, profession, education, race, gender, and location. And AuraTransformation speeds up this process. It holds all the energy within, and it makes it doesn't even like, it's not, everyone that stays on this earth is gonna have to crystallize. It's a matter of, you can choose to go through it with all the ascension systems and super exposed, or through this system, which is, it'll allow you to just be in contact with your Dharma and start living your life purpose straight away. So then another point, expect a detox. So old emotions and body memories are released after the aura transformation and throughout the entire crystallization process. This detox is most noticeable during the first 3 to 6 months following the aura transformation. But the time frame can vary from person to person. And how long does it take? Age, health, for this crystallization process. So age, health, and personal individual energy frequency all play a part in the time it takes to become fully crystallized. So actually, it's very different. Like the process in itself and the crystallization process is very different for everyone. It just depends in each person on your life path, basically. So who can have an aura transformation? An aura transformation is for you if you feel drawn to aura transformation, have a hard time keeping your energy to yourself, easily become tired and exhausted, have tried everything but still feel you're not moving forward in your life, want to have a better connection with indigo and crystal children, are ready to let go of the past, want to move forward in order to live your truth from the inside out, and feel ready to take full responsibility for your life. This is really like a process of like sovereignty. You become extremely responsible in the way that like you become responsible for what you think, what you create, what you do. I think this is especially important for anyone that has children, in order to allow for them to have the best experience on earth, to allow for them to be able to stay at the frequency that they are, and to be able to be who they came here to be. For many of us that used to have the old aura, for me, the worst thing was that I wasn't able to be, until I had my aura transformation. Really, that was like my jumping point and turning point. It was like, okay, now I know what I came here to do, and there's no way out. And it's like the best thing is to actually show myself and do it. The worst is to live when you're lost, when you're not being yourself, you're trying to be somebody else, At least that's what I feel. So who should wait or reconsider? If you are dependent on antidepressants, if you have serious psychological issues, if you don't want any changes in your life, if you do not feel you want to be confined to your body, if you don't feel ready. So basically, this is going to bring, that's why there's like the thing where it says like there's a detox period. Because what's happening is once you're allowing for higher self or spirit to come into a body, you are letting go of all the imbalances, all the impurities that are within, or like, hold memories. Everything is leaving. So you have to be able to deal with that. So somebody that's taking antidepressants or drugs, or is, has like dependency on alcohol, things like that, this process is too much for them. Maybe they have to go, like what I do, sometimes I work with people for the process of clearing their dependencies and then they're ready to do this in a process of time. And once they're able to really take responsibility for their imbalances and move forward with it. And it's the same for all of it. Also, you shouldn't do it if you don't feel it, because it might just not be your time. So this is the book, The Required Reading. It explains everything really well, and it starts activating the energy. And then when you read this book, it explains everything so well that you're taking your responsibility, you're reading it, and you're being sovereign to know if you want to do this treatment or not. Which, if it has a little bit of interest for you, like any of it's like resonating a little bit, I, of course, like super advise it, because it is incredible. It is living in another paradigm. It's it is just very different. It's not how it was before. It is a new you. It is a new understanding of life. It is becoming really responsible for yourself, which means just being in love with yourself, so much self-love and vibrating so much joy, just feeling so much joy and connection. So we can't do any questions because there's none. I'm happy. This is going to be hung up. I'm happy to answer questions if you want to write them. I'll answer written, or you can always get in contact with me. And this is sort of the same presentation that keeps on going. I'm going to skim through it really quickly, just in case there's something else. Let's see. We read this. We read this. Yeah. This we've seen. Hold on. Okay, so the new time children are very clear, straightforward in their communication, less emotional, have simplified emotions. Yeah, that is, they're very straightforward. They're mad, happy, or sad, sort of. They're focused and they're energy savvy. So, they use their energy very well. It's interesting to have an aura transformation, because as your consciousness expands, you understand, you understand really from, not because somebody's telling you, but you start understanding things because of yourself, because you're living them, and you understand, why your children are acting as they are, and how their way of let's say, thinking or doing things, so you're leveling up with them, which is really, really important. Oh, and this is like what I was saying, there's a first, in the session, there's the first part of the session where you release the old aura and you get the new aura, the crystal aura. And then a second session where you're balancing the elements. So what happens after an aura transformation is that you integrate the elements within you. So before, so like your new map is based on elements, let's say. So you have air, fire, earth, and water. So all these elements, which are parts of our like characteristics and like building blocks to ourselves, need to be in complete balance for everything to, to flow correctly, to materialize correctly, to have the willpower. Most of the time, things don't work in our life because we're out of balance within these elements. And like, for example, your fire, which is your passion, won't be lit up, or you have too much fire and you like get really angry, but like aren't able to do anything, or you have very little fire, you have no passion, you don't have the drive to start things. Then the water, which is your flow, and your, you won't be flowing, like things don't like, they get stuck, or anyway, all these like different elements need, so like, hold on, the water, which is your flowing, and then like the earth, which is everything that you put in structures, all the, the structures to living on this earth, to being grounded, to living, to creating, everything that has to do with contracts, with how, like time schedules, all these things, because if you don't have that, you can't make the project succeed, basically. And then the air, which is, you know, communicating, but also receiving all this information and communication. It's like everything you know. So all, as you see, all these elements are interlinked. So if one is not in balance with all the rest, things won't materialize. And what we've come here to do is to materialize. That's part of our life purpose, our dharma, to materialize that we came here to do. So we want these elements to be in perfect alignment or balance within ourselves. It's also the alignment of the masculine and the feminine, because as many of you might know, or maybe not, we come with a gender or physicality. You know, physically we're a gender, but within us we have our masculine or feminine. So it's a matter of like also bringing into balance this masculine and feminine so that we can materialize things as well. And then, okay, so balance of the elements. During an aura transformation, you will get full balance of the 4 elements within your energy field. In the crystallization process that follows, your body will copy the same balance of the 4 elements. By the time you're fully crystallized, you will have a complete balance of the 4 elements in both your body and your aura. And when you have balance on all levels, it becomes easy to meet and socialize in a balanced way with almost anyone. This will also help you to move forward and evolve as a human being. So once you undergo the this treatment, the process, the first element which you will work with is the fire, which is the truth, your willpower, and you know, it's sort of instant that like you start finding your truths. Your fire starts burning to be able to start finding like what it is that you really are. They say what it is that you're really burning for, what it is that you really want, you know. Because many times, like we're so in the old time aura structure, we're so involved and like exposed to the collective that we don't really know what it is that we want. We want, you know, everything that has been fed to us by the collective. What we think we need, all these things which you really don't, and all of a sudden you're like, you don't have that connection to that collective anymore, energy. So then you start being able to find your own truth, and then your fire starts burning. So like you start like burning for what it is that you really want, and it's really getting in contact with that. So well, there's then there's, you know, basically with an aura transformation, I'm not going to go into all the dimensions, because basically what happens is when you're living in the old time, you live on the first, second, third dimension, which is just like dimensions are like platforms of consciousness, let's say. And then once you get an aura transformation, you jump into the 4th dimension, into the 5th dimension, sorry. So many people in like 5th dimension, heart coherence, you know, living from your heart, connected to source, because source is within you. So yeah, so here, 5th dimension people, all 4 elements are within the body or their energy system, and they think with their hearts. And that's where you go once you have an aura transformation. You jump into this new platform of consciousness, into this 5th dimension, and then it evolves from there. You keep, you know, moving, you know, through your crystallization process, and afterwards you start going in through higher dimensions, and from 5th to 6th to 7th to 8th to 9th until the 12th, basically. And in each dimension there's a specific element, but this is all like an internal process that you will experience, and you'll start, you know, you'll notice with its evolution. So Earth's natural evolution, the old time energy is on its way out. It is a natural process because everything on this planet is moving into a higher frequency, and as a result, the old auras are breaking down even as we speak. Generations with the old energy become obsolete. Generations with the new time energy are being born. Aura transformation brings an opportunity for us to upgrade our energy within this lifetime. I mean, basically, if we don't upgrade our energy, we won't be able to stay here on Earth, you know? and like, I mean, we're meant to die anyways, but like, it's like, more importantly, apart from that, it's like, how do you want to really live your life, you know, while you're here? Really being responsible and sovereign for your own energy, or allowing for like everything external to steer you up, to not be like, all of a sudden you undergo an aura transformation and you feel free. You have free will, you feel free, you're able to like be yourself, you know, where it's like, it is not like that in old time with an old soul, you know, with soul aura. We saw this already. We saw the crystallization process, that as well. Okay, so I guess this is everything. Yeah, I would love it if any of you have questions to get in touch or to write them on the chat below. And it is seriously my passion to share this, to give as many people as possible aura transformation, whoever feels it, because it is amazing. It is incredible. I just, my hope is for anyone who feels called to bring through their true self, to do it. And for me personally, I wasn't able to until I got my aura transformation, you know, to really love myself in the way that I do now, and show myself in the way that I do, and bring through like so many gifts that I had to bring, like we all do, you know. So I'm just waiting for people to live in this joy, you know. It's just like what we have to do. We came here to earth to live our life purpose, which is to live our joy, to do what makes us really happy. And I know so many people are living in unhappiness, are living completely taken over by the collective, by emotions that aren't theirs, by thoughts that aren't theirs, by all these ancestral patternings, you know, of like what we're meant to be doing, how we need to be. And that's all, luckily, at the time that we're all at, you know, in terms of energy and frequency, that is not a reality. It doesn't have to be a reality anymore. You can basically create the life, like, you know, if you ever have like a little spark of like thinking that there is, you know, so much more that you could be doing, and that is it. That is what, like, I feel aura transformation did for me. I know it's done it for a lot of people. It doesn't mean it's like easy. You have to work for it, but like you're working from your heart, you know, for like so much passion and so much love and openness and awareness, that it is a joy. It is a joy. I love being here on earth. For most of us empaths, so many of us, and like, you know, I think it's like a struggle to be on earth. We didn't want to be here, you know. It's like, oh, and it's like life has been so difficult. But now it doesn't have to be like that, and we can actually be completely, you know, in love and awe for what we came here to do, and be here grounded on earth. So it's proud but honored, you know, to be doing what you do and loving it. And that is amazing. And that is key. And I hope for anyone that feels that to undergo their process, because it is, you know, a fact. It is something that we can live. Okay, so thank you so much. I hope you enjoyed the presentation and it clears some doubts. And yeah, take much care, get in contact, or write any doubts that you have. Okay, love you. Thanks for watching. Bye.